Hi, I'm Autumn. I'm out here in South Dakota hunting some Merriam turkeys, and I wanted to stop for a second and show you a few techniques that we use out here, and really you can use it in a lot of parts of the country, and it's called fanning. And it's one of my favorite techniques to use. It's exciting. The turkeys come charging in. You have to react quickly. It's a lot of strategy, a lot of moving around. It's not just sitting in a blind, which can be fun too, but this is my favorite. And one tool that we use is called a chicken on a stick. This is a really, really versatile decoy, but you can also use it on the go. So you can use this stake to stake in the ground and attach it to that stake, and then it's just a decoy. But if you take the stake off, now you can belly crawl with this. You can run across the field, and it's not going to get in your way. And what I like most is that you can put a real fan in here. It comes with a fan, but what we've learned is that using a real fan is much better. Turkeys react a lot more quickly to a real fan, and it seems to just attract them a lot more. And another thing I like about real fans is that you can use movement with it, and it looks a lot more natural. You can also make it stick in here so that it stays like this, which again will block your view from the turkeys, and that's great. But a lot of times we use the crest of a hill as well, so your body's really you can't be seen by the turkey with your body anyway. And I love the action that you have with a real fan and being able to move it around. Another thing that we've found is that if you turn it backwards and you hold it by the stick, and this is what would come in handy if this were stuck here like this, is that if you turn it backwards to a turkey, a lot of times they react to that as well. And I don't know the psychology behind it with turkeys, but for some reason they react to that a lot and they come charging too. So that's another thing that you can use. Just the movement and versatility of a chicken on a stick has been awesome on this hunt. And what I like too is that it's safe to use as a decoy in the eastern states. Out here, you can watch for miles around. You know where the hunters are. You know if you're the only person in that area. And there's no chance of anybody mistaking you for a turkey. Out in the eastern states, it's a little different. It's very wooded, especially on public land. There's hunters all over the place. And so it's better to use something like this as a decoy rather than holding it. But another thing in this wide open prairie that I like about this is that it can hide you from the turkeys, but yet if I peek through the feathers so I can see. So again, if we're cresting over a hill, the shooter's behind me to the side, I can crest over that hill and see the turkeys and get a position on where the turkeys are, and then come back down, crawl to them, pop back up with a fan. And it's to a gobbler who has a bunch of hens, it's like a turkey trying to take his hens away from him. And a lot of times they don't like that, so they come running because they want to challenge this turkey. We've had shots within 5 yards, even 3 yards. It's incredible how quick they come, and it's fun for me because I get to see it all. A lot of times the shooter is down so low, so they're out of sight. So I have to tell them what's happening, kind of give them a play-by-play. Okay, they're at 30 yards and they're coming. They're at 20 yards. They're on the right side. It's the second turkey. Make sure it's the turkey on the right. You kind of have to give them a play-by-play. And then when they're right there, you say, okay, raise up and take the shot. And we try to be as safe as we can. That's when the fanner would kind of come away and the shooter would rise up and take the shot. And it's extremely exciting. It's so much fun. We've also seen that sometimes they're not as aggressive. I mean, some birds are extremely aggressive and some aren't. But if we get within range, and sometimes maybe the hens are within range, maybe they're 20 yards away, but the toms are behind them, this will calm them down. So sometimes we've had hens alarm putt. That actually happened yesterday morning. We had some hens alarm putting. There were like 5 hens around, and the toms were behind them, wouldn't come, and we just kept fanning. and just waited, and it calmed the hens down enough. It gave us enough time for the toms to get outside of the hens so that the shooter could shoot. And it was about a 30-yard shot. It wasn't that the tom came running, but it just calmed the hens down, gave us enough time to get the shot off. So this has been very effective. We love using it, but if you don't have a chicken on a stick and you still want to use this technique, you can just use a regular fan. You don't need to have the decoy part, but it is nice to have the decoy. It's nice to be able to be mobile or keep it stuck like I was talking about, so you can move it around a lot. And to have that red head, you know, is much better. But if you don't have that, you can just use a regular fan. And again, that movement is really key. I mean, to me, when I'm able to move and look a lot more like a turkey, it seems to attract them a lot more. So I hope this works well for you. I hope you can use this in your western, in the western states, even in the southern states. There's a lot of areas where this would work so well, and it's extremely exciting. So good luck out there. I hope this works for you.